Now, the last speaker for the day is Mr. Mathew Abraham, President of UPASI. He's a very important speaker because he represents everything else, excluding rubber, everything else. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Madam Sheila Thomas, my fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to be here today on this to speak about value-added plantation, including rubber. While we already have had the rubber experts speak on rubber, I would just probably add a little bit on what else we would seek from rubber for the producers, especially for the plantations, because we also would look at agroforestry and carbon sequestration and carbon credits. I'll probably touch upon that towards the end. Just a brief on what the plantations, the role that the plantations in Kerala play. It is the backbone of the rural economy. Kerala is the plantation capital of India. We have almost 1 million growers. We have employ almost 500,000 permanent employees. We would have at least another 50% of that. In addition, would be casual labor. We also have, the revenue is touching close to around 18 to 20,000 crores annually, and we have exports touching close to around 3,500 crores. So very important industry, and I think most importantly, we pay the highest wages in India, and hence probably it is the most ethical plantation produce in a sense, if you can say that so, if you can mention it so. We also would like to say that as this is an Invest Kerala Summit, the opportunity is that you wouldn't get a better opportunity because we have the government of Kerala, the Chief Minister, the Industries Minister, and the higher officials of the Industries Department making sea changes, and I must congratulate them first of all for having the Plantation Directorate, which is the first of its kind in India, and that shows the intent on how aggressive they are in turning around the plantation industry in Kerala. I would also like to congratulate the government of Kerala for first of all carrying out the first of its kind IIM study where the plantation issues of the Kerala plantations have been studied. I believe now the report has also already been submitted to the Plantation Directorate, and we are very confident that there's going to be a lot of positive change, and this is probably the right time to invest. We could get in investments into the plantation industries for value addition. And briefly, I would like to also touch upon other commodities like tea, coffee, cardamom, and pepper, and the issues that we have and what we plan to do and what's the way forward that we see. The biggest challenge, of course, is being a labor-intensive industry and having the highest wages. Our cost of production is always skyrocketing. So the important thing here is, again, that we have to invest in technology, we have to automate, which we are doing, most of us are doing. We have for tea, we have battery-operated shears at the moment, which is really changing the game for us. It's improving, almost doubling the productivity. It's also helping us to improve not only the employee productivity, it also helps us to improve harvesting efficiencies, which also has an indirect benefit on the land productivity. Now, land productivity improvement, it's a long-term investment that needs to be made, where we are looking at replanting with higher yielding and better clones. So these are the issues that we face, and to add to that, we are seeing climate change where most of our probably produce is getting affected. Our production is getting affected, which is increasing the cost of production, and that's where the sustainability of the industry comes into play. And coming to that point, I think we have issues that we need to look into, basically value addition. And there is a beautiful model that we have seen that is in Dubai. We have the DMCC, which is a Dubai multi-commodity center, where you have, it's like an industrial park. where you have the state-of-the-art warehousing facilities, state-of-the-art packaging facilities. So this is something that I would strongly suggest that if there are investors to look into this opportunity in Kerala, because we are looking at GI tagging. We've seen the Robusta coffee of Wayanad, which has got the GI tag. So these are huge value additions that we look at. So this one commodity warehousing and a specialty high-end packaging center could change the game for the plantation industry in Kerala. We could move, even a small producer could use the facilities, package it, and also brand it and retail it, not only in India, also export it abroad. Because as far as pesticides are concerned, the plantation produced in Kerala, probably especially tea, coffee, and most of the other produce, pepper, we hardly use pesticides. Generally, it's only around 0.5 liters per hectare annually, as compared to the rest of the regions where it is much higher. So we have, these are the advantages that we have with the Kerala produce. We can also market it as sustainable produces. Basically, we have Rainforest Alliance certification for tea and coffee. We have, you could also add fair trade certifications. Most of our plantations have that. We have trustee certifications. So if you look at it, it's a very compliant plantation produce that we have in Kerala, and this is what we need to leverage. We need to have probably the important points, highlight the important points of the produce. Basically, whether it's the high-grown teas of Munnar, where you have a very high flavor index which would compete with Darjeeling, or whether it is the Robusta coffee of Wayanad. For that matter, the coffee, I think we need to look at GI tagging of the coffee, cardamom and pepper, also in Idiki, because I think why not? These are quality produce, and this is where we need to look at value addition, and we need to look at packaging, because being in a commodity business, unless you value add and unless you go into the branding and the B2C in the retail business, there is no future, because there is a limit to which you can cut costs and be viable. Now, finally, I would also look at there are a couple of things. We have our plantation, which is in Munnar, which is we had a exercise which we had a foreign agency called Lansing coming in from Norway, doing a 1 year, satellite mapping of our areas, estimating the carbon that we've been sequestering from our landscape. So we realized that we are not only just carbon neutral, we are carbon positive by a big margin. So when we talk about carbon positive, you are eligible for carbon credits, but then the only issue is you have to prove additionality. This is where maybe we need to look at, partnerships where there are people who are ready to come and invest. We have opportunities of investing in biochar, making opportunities where there is a huge amount of money to be made, and it could be a big ticket item for the plantations in Kerala. Finally, I would also think that there is an opportunity. We have submitted our views on agroforestry when the IIM study was conducted. We have in agroforestry, besides improving the biodiversity, I think most importantly, there is also an opportunity for multi-cropping. That is, you could have timber. Kerala and India imports so much of timber that it is, and if we just allow our plantations to harvest timber, we would save so much of foreign exchange. So I think this is where we need to really look hard into what are the things that are, the low-hanging fruits. These are the low-hanging fruits where even a rubber plantation can, the timber from rubber can be a high-value item. So this is something that we need to look at, and accordingly, we also need to look at, the carbon part of it. That's where I think the rubber trees, as far as carbon sequestration is concerned, One tree in its lifetime probably sequesters close to 3.2 tons of CO2 equivalent, maybe in 15-20 years, and it emits close to 1.6 tons of oxygen. So these are phenomenal planetary services that are going from our landscape, and there is no possibly there is no value that has been put to it. It's time that this needs to be recognized, and these are probably, besides sustainability certifications, being climate positive, carbon neutral and net negative is something that not only is good for the plantation industry, it's something for Kerala to be proud about. That's all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.